Welcome to the future scientists in Tokyo are building today. In a revolutionary scientific breakthrough, researchers at the University of Tokyo have succeeded in growing human skin in a laboratory and applying it to robots. This living skin isn't just for show, it can heal itself when damaged, move naturally with the robot's frame, and even form convincing facial expressions. Today, we'll dive deep into how this technology works, where it could be applied, and what it means for the future of robotics, healthcare, and society itself. For decades, the gap between humans and robots was as much physical as it was technological. While machines could compute faster, lift heavier, and operate longer, they lacked the subtle biological markers that make interaction feel authentic: skin texture, emotional cues, self-repair. Past attempts using silicone skins for robots were visually adequate but fell short in flexibility, realism, and regenerative ability, creating what many call the uncanny valley effect. Professor Shoji Takeuchi and his team are changing that narrative by integrating actual biological material into robotic systems. Their latest innovation is not an incremental upgrade. It's a paradigm shift toward a future where the boundary between human and machine grows thinner every day. 1. The science behind living skin. By cultivating both dermal and epidermal human cells, the researchers have created a two-layered tissue remarkably similar to natural skin. This skin maintains internal hydration, exhibits elasticity, and generates biological responses to environmental stimuli, such as wound healing and regeneration. It even supports the formation of small capillary-like networks for nutrient diffusion, promising even more complex biological integration in future models. 2. Unique attachment method. Unlike previous methods that used synthetic adhesives prone to tearing, Takeuchi's team engineered tiny V-shaped cuts into the robot's surface. These mimic natural ligament connections, allowing biological tissue to anchor and integrate deeply. The collagen gel used not only secures the skin, but also acts as a biochemical scaffold, promoting tissue remodeling and adaptation to mechanical stress. Future versions could integrate nerve-like sensors into these bonds, potentially enabling robots to feel touch. 3. Expression and movement. Underneath the skin, embedded actuators serve as synthetic muscles. Coordinated contractions and relaxations mimic organic facial movements. The robot can show micro-expressions, fleeting, subconscious reactions humans use to read each other's emotions. This level of expressiveness makes human-robot interactions more intuitive, unlocking new possibilities for companionship and therapeutic applications. Researchers are also working toward expanding the emotional range with subtle indicators like slight eyebrow twitches, lip purses, and eye squints. 4. Healing abilities. When the skin is injured, keratinocytes and fibroblasts within the layers mobilize to close the wound, replicating the cascade of biological events that occur in human skin healing. The robots not only repair cosmetic damage, but also regain functional tissue integrity, setting a new standard for autonomous machine maintenance in harsh or isolated environments like deep-sea stations or outer space bases. Future iterations aim to replicate scar tissue formation and deeper wound healing capabilities. 5. Expanding horizons. Potential uses are vast. Medical training. High-fidelity surgical simulators with realistic tissue responses. Cosmetic and pharmaceutical testing, ethical alternatives to animal testing, enabling trials on biologically relevant surfaces. Elder care and emotional companionship, robots capable of conveying empathy through nuanced facial expressions. Crisis response, deployable units with durable, self-healing skin for disaster zones. Space and undersea exploration, adaptive, resilient robotic explorers capable of self-repair. Entertainment and education, hyper-realistic androids for immersive experiences in film, museums, and classrooms. The blending of biology and robotics is no longer theoretical, it is happening. This advancement redefines key concepts. What is alive? When machines heal and express, do they cross into the realm of the living? What is a companion? Will future bonds with lifelike robots satisfy emotional needs currently met by human relationships? What is ethical? If robots experience realistic biological damage, should there be regulations against causing harm? Emotional bonds. Hyper-realistic robots could impact relationships, causing emotional displacement, psychological dependency, or even emotional addiction. Deception risks. Criminal misuse of human-like robots for identity theft, impersonation, or psychological manipulation could surge, blurring the lines between reality and simulation. Economic disruption. Roles in healthcare, hospitality, and even education might see automation by emotionally intelligent machines, pushing the demand for ethical standards and new societal models of coexistence. Legal personhood. Should highly advanced, semi-biological robots receive limited rights, and how would accountability for their actions be determined? Resource allocation. Who will have access to bio-robotic enhancements? Could wealth gaps widen with privileged access to superior synthetic companions or workers? Cultural impact. Different cultures may interpret the humanness of robots differently, leading to global disparities in acceptance, integration, and regulation. Human identity. If robots achieve biological realism, what sets us apart? Will creativity, intuition, or emotional depth remain unique to organic beings, or will those too be replicated? Spiritual implications. Some philosophers argue that creating life-like beings forces us to confront theological and metaphysical questions about the nature of the soul and the responsibilities of creators. As we move forward, robust public discourse, proactive legislation, and interdisciplinary collaboration across technology, philosophy, law, and ethics will be crucial to guide the integration of living robotics into our society. Professor Shoji Takeuchi explained, "We believe that integrating biological materials with robotics will create machines that are more sustainable, adaptive, and responsive to human needs." Dr. Kate Darling, MIT roboticist and ethicist, said, "The closer robots mimic living beings, the more careful we must be about how we treat them and how they change us." The University of Tokyo press release highlighted, "This is a critical step toward robots that not only look human but can participate in social environments in ways previously impossible." Dr. Hiroshi Ishiguro, a pioneer in human-like robotics, noted, "True social integration of robots will require emotional and biological realism, and this living skin is a monumental leap in that direction." The University of Tokyo's living robot skin development is not just a scientific achievement, it's a cultural and philosophical milestone. It asks us to rethink the very definitions of life, connection, and technology. Are we ready for a future where machines are not only tools but companions, teachers, and maybe something even more profound? The decisions we make today will shape how we coexist with our most lifelike creations tomorrow. Would you trust a robot with human skin? Would you feel empathy for one? Should there be limits on how human we allow robots to become? Share your thoughts below. And if you're fascinated by the merging worlds of AI and tech news, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell because the future is arriving faster than we think.